Today's topic is economics. In this video, we will explore what that means and look at the different types of economies that exist in the world.
Economics is the study of how wealth is produced, divided, and consumed in human society. Many think economics is just about money. However, while money isn't the heart of economics, it is also the study of what people make, buy, and sell.
Let's start with how people actually make money. How people make money is called economic activity. We can divide all the millions of jobs that people do into just three categories. They're primary, secondary, and tertiary.
First is primary. This involves making money by selling raw materials. Raw materials are things from nature. For example, people can work in agriculture by farming, drilling for oil, or cutting down trees for lumber.
Next is secondary. This involves making money by turning raw materials into manufactured products. In this case, raw materials from nature are changed by humans into something else. For example, electronics, cars, or turning those trees we cut down into furniture.
Last, at the top is tertiary. These are service jobs working directly with customers or clients in order to make money, like waiters, teachers, doctors, and lawyers.
At the beginning of this tutorial, we said that a big part of economics is how people make money. And we've just covered the three ways that people do that. But the way people buy, make, and sell products is also a huge part of economics. So now, let's look at economic systems.
Economic systems are how people buy and sell products. There are 4 systems for how people buy and sell products.
The first system is called the traditional economy. In this system, people grow their own food and trade their goods for other items or services. For example, let's say I grow apples and my neighbor grows bananas. If I want some bananas, I might ask my neighbor to trade. If they give me some of those bananas, I'll just give them some apples.
The second system is called a market economy. In this system, people buy and sell goods as they wish. Prices for items can change based on what people are willing to spend.
This is usually based on supply and demand. Supply is how many of a product exists. Demand is how badly people want that product. Supply and demand work together to determine the price of products.
For example, people may pay more money for something that is popular, hard to find, or difficult to make. This means that it is high demand. For example, since gold is rare, the supply is limited. All that demand makes gold expensive. Although, even though water is necessary for life, so in very high demand, people are not willing to spend much money on it because the supply is very high. However, that could change if the water supply is polluted or there is a drought, causing prices of clean water to increase dramatically.
Third is a command economy. In a command economy, the government makes all decisions about the economy. For example, North Korea controls what its people will produce and what they can buy. North Koreans are told what crops to grow and how much to charge customers.
Related to a command economy is the idea of communism. In communism, the government owns all of the resources and decides how to best divide the country's products and wealth among its citizens. Communism's true goal is for everyone to be economically equal. Last but not least is a mixed economy. A mixed economy is a combination of market and command. For example, in the United States, companies can decide what price their products will be, but the government can decide if a product is illegal or unsafe. Most countries in the world are a mixed economy, like the United States.
Knowing economics is important. One way we use economics is to investigate other countries. We use a variety of economic indicators to check on economies, including our own.
An economic indicator is a measure of a country's wealth and overall success. 2 big economic indicators that we will look at this year are gross domestic product, GDP, and per capita, GDP.
Gross domestic product, or GDP, is the value of all the goods and services produced within a country in that year. Put simply, GDP is calculated by adding up the prices of all the items made in a country plus the cost of all the jobs performed within one year. That number gives us a general idea of how much money a country has made or produced that year.
Per capita GDP helps us understand how much money a typical person in a country has. This number is found by dividing a nation's GDP with its population. This gives a number that is a general average of what one person has made in that year.
Understanding a country's economy can tell us a lot about what life is like there. For example, when a country's economy is doing well, it usually leads to better, longer lives for its citizens. On the other hand, when a country's economy is struggling, it makes it difficult for governments to provide important services like roads and hospitals, which can also lead to tougher lives.
This has been a World Cultures production.